Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are all doing well. I know this is high time, one day left only for your final that you are going to appear for UGC NET English Literature, and I just wish you all the best. What can I say? I hope prayer will be with you, and your hard work that you have done so far will pay off. This is what I can wish for you, everybody. So with that, I have brought British literature for the last time for the final preparation revision. For the revision purpose, we are going to have an major focus about British literature. You know how vast this topic is. We are not going to miss anything. So do watch the video till end. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. To stick to your screen and do watch till the end. This will add you more value to your preparation that you have done so far. Wish you all the best, everybody. Before starting the class, just do like, share and subscribe the channel. Share more to more students. I know how they are going to do, but please share to more and more English literature students so that they can also watch and prepare accordingly. So British literature in focus, here you will get an overview about British literature, that what it is exactly and why you should not miss this topic, why you should not miss this. You must not skip this topic anyhow. So let's start. Here, why is British literature important, everybody? You all know why it is important. British literature forms the bedrock of English literature canon. Since English literature as an academic field organized in Britain from the very first use, like the when Anglo-Saxon brought their dialect, and then day by day it started getting recognition as a language. Since then we know English from it became a popular language, especially in Britain, and then throughout the world it started spreading. So most literary periods, genres, major authors stem from British history. It covers from Chaucer to Virginia Woolf, from ancient era, from Anglo-Saxon you will if you can say, and modern era, or if you can say till now the 21st century. British literature is very 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 important from your exam perspective. If you are a student of not only NET but PGT, TGT, or you are just studying English for your academic level, it's very important. So what do we study and why it is important here? The Old English, Middle English, Old English, whether it's Beowulf, Middle English related to Chaucer, Renaissance, Shakespeare, Marlowe, Neoclassical, Romantic, Victorian era, Modernism and Postmodernism, British poetry, British drama, British fiction, British literary, that is Eliot, Arnold, Carlyle, Renaissance humanism, the metaphysical poets, Romanticism, Victorian realism, Modernism, post World War literature. Everything we study, and it starts with Britain. So that's why you can say that why and how much this topic is important. The major booster of English literature, the one who have contributed with their writing to boost the literature, English specifically, is Chaucer, Shakespeare, Milton, Wordsworth, Coleridge, Shelley, Keats, Byron, Dickens, Hardy, Austen, Eliot, Lawrence. These here one of also important, T.S. Eliot, though born in America, became a British citizen and is studied as a British writer. So now you know why it is important, why we study, because all the major writers, major eras, major ages belong and start with Britain, British literature, their contribution, their significance. So now, one by one, you will have an overview about the major writers that you should not miss anyhow, but you must cover. Okay, so here first you have Geoffrey Chaucer. His life phase is divided in three phases, that is French, English, and Italy. In short, FEI. It's very important, you cannot miss, because this is the PYQ in which three phase you will divide Geoffrey Chaucer's lifespan or career. So this is French, English, and Italian. He was influenced and wrote. Why he is important, everybody? See here. He is known as father of English literature and father of English poetry according to John Dryden. He was also known as the well of English said by Spenser in Fairy Queen. And here are few important quotes, lines that other writers have expressed. With him is born our real poetry. Who said this? Matthew Arnold. Chaucer is the earliest of the great moderns. This is also said by Matthew Arnold. Grandfather of the novel. Who said this? G.K. Chesterton. Here is the god of plenty. Who said this? John Dryden. For his characterization, that is Chaucer's characterization, John Dryden stated this about Geoffrey Chaucer. Why he is known as father of English literature? He has a significant contribution. He used heroic couplet first time in the work The Legend of Good Women. He introduced rhyme royale in 14th century in the work Troilus and Cressida, and then after it started using in all the work. Major works of Geoffrey Chaucer you have to cover. This thing here I've mentioned the major quotes, famous quote, one line that other writers have put their view about Geoffrey Chaucer. You should not miss. Remember this, they will ask you. This type of question they will ask you about Geoffrey Chaucer, who said this line, who addressed him as. So you must remember. Major works of Geoffrey Chaucer you have the Book of the Duchess 1374, The House of Fame, Annelida and Arcite, The Parliament of Fowls, Troilus and Cressida, The Legend of Good Women, and the Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales is the milestone work by Chaucer. Milestone work, you can say. It's very, very, very important. Another thing you have to remember is the theme that Chaucer majorly wrote is courtly love. He extensively used courtly love, social satire, morality, pilgrimage. Father of English literature, he is known as Middle English as a literary language he established. The work in focus you have to prepare is the Canterbury Tales. Although you know how important this work is, milestone work of Chaucer, it is written in it is planned earlier to write Chaucer planned to write 120 stories. 120 stories. They ask that how many stories earlier Chaucer planned to write, but completed only 24 stories. How many stories? 24 stories only completed. Earlier 120 he planned. It is written in 17,000 lines in Middle English dialect. Written in verse and prose. Parson's Tale, Tale of Malibus. Inspired by Boccacio's The Decameron. This is very, very important. You have to remember. They ask that which work Chaucer has inspired. So, Boccaccio's The Decameron, The Clerk's Tale, specifically the story of Patience Gracilda from this, the Decameron he has taken. So, you have to remember, translated from Dante's Divine Comedy, The Prior's Tale it is. There are total 29 pilgrims, they also ask. And the pilgrims were visiting the shrine of Thomas A. Becket, the Archbishop. If you remember the murder in the cathedral, T.S. Eliot mentioned this archbishop. It was the real incident. And one thing from the exam perspective here, the wife of Bath, the story told about King Arthur. These are the points I have highlighted that taken and majorly from the PYQs. These are the topics, concepts, terms, and important highlights that you should not miss anyhow. How much important? So these are the points about the Chaucer. You cannot miss. And here now your legendary William Shakespeare, the biggest playwright of English playwright and poet known as the Bard of Avon. Why a Bard of Avon? Because Avon is the river name on which bank is a house. His house is situated. That is why the way a lake poets was familiar. The lake poets was addressed as lake poets because their house they used to live nearby lake. Same like similarly, you can addressed the people addressed him as Bard of Avon. The major thing you have to remember, not every each work they will ask, but how many plays he wrote: 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and the theme he explored like power, love, and betrayal. I'm telling you everybody that this video on British literature is going to be very helpful for your last moment preparation. I know you have already prepared well, but this will boost you to memorize everything once. So do not miss, watch till end. Also, biggest tragedies he wrote in the history of English literature is Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. He was widely regarded as the greatest dramatist in English. He shaped modern drama, language, and storytelling. And here are the things that you must not forget is the many writers, the different writers in different ages who addressed him, who quoted him on the basis of their perspective. The first you have an upstart crow beautified with our feathers, and Jonathan Factotum, that is a jack of all trade. Who stated this? Robert Greene. Robert Greene. An upstart crow beautified with our feathers. Here he simply justified that you have a study about Shakespeare that Shakespeare used to copy extensively of other writers' work. If you will study detail, you will find out that each work by Shakespeare has been inspired or taken from the different writers' work. So that is why this was the perspective of Robert Greene. And upstart crow beautified with our feathers, and Jonathan Factotum. Do remember this line. Who stated this? Robert Greene. This is the PYQ. I have taken so much time to prepare this one liner statement that writers have formed about Shakespeare. Next one, Shakespeare knew small Latin and less Greek. Who said this? John Ruskin. The greatest genius that perhaps human nature yet produced are myriad minded Shakespeare. Who said this? Coleridge. Next, he was not of an age, but for all the time, nature herself was proud of his designs. Who said this? Ben Jonson. In the poem To the Memory of My Beloved, the author, Mr. William Shakespeare. And what again he said, the soul of the age, the applause, delight, the wonder of our stage, my Shakespeare, rise. Again, it's Ben Jonson. He was not of an age but for all the time. Ben Jonson in the work To the memory of my beloved, the author Mr. William Shakespeare, and the soul of the age, the applause, delight, the wonder of our stage, my Shakespeare rise, is also quoted by Ben Jonson, stated by Ben Jonson. Here I have mentioned his portfolio, that it is also a PYQs they keep asking. First folio published in 1623, 36 plays were there, and the sections that first folio was divided into comedies, histories, tragedies, edited by Hemingway and Condell. Very, very important. You have to who edited the first folio in which 36 plays was published. One of the work I have told you that omitted from this first folio was what is the answer? Do remember Pericles. These are all the PYQs, everybody, don't forget. Second folio was published in 1632, third folio 1664, and fourth folio 1685. First folio is important, so you have to remember 1623, then 32, then 64, and the last one 85. Here Shakespeare's career is divided into four periods. Early works included in the first period is Henry IV, Henry VI, Part 1, 2, and 3, Titus Andronicus, The Comedy of Errors, The Taming of the Shrew, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Love's Labour's Lost, Romeo and Juliet. All the works are important by Shakespeare. Characters majorly, and the thing that I have mentioned here, one line statement, portfolio first, these are the things that you have to remember about Shakespeare. Second period was a middle period, that was 1596 to 1600, A Midsummer Night's Dream 1595 to 96, Richard III, King John, The Merchant of Venice, Henry IV, Much Ado About Nothing, Henry V, Julius Caesar, and As You Like It. Second phase of Shakespeare's career, these works include. Remember his his career was divided into four periods, so you have to remember accordingly. Tragic period started, then this was the milestone. Once I asked you that which period, which phase of Shakespeare's life was a milestone, so that was the third phase of Shakespeare's life, in which he created the four biggest tragedies of histories. Four biggest tragedies, that is HOKM, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. Do remember which period? Third period. Hamlet, Twelfth Night, Troilus and Cressida, Othello, and here you have Measure for Measure, King Lear, Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra, Coriolanus, Timon and the Timon of Athens. These are the work of third phase. And the last phase, he majorly wrote and also known romances, Pericles, Prince of Tyre, Cymbeline, The Winter's Tale, The Tempest, Henry VIII, The Two Noble Kinsmen. With it is written, co-written with John Fletcher. Do remember, this is the PYQ. PYQs. Most repeated questions that you must remember. Four period you have to remember. How many periods Shakespeare's career you will divide? Four period. And which is the most important one? The third phase. The third phase, in which he created the four biggest tragedies of his career: HOKM, Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, and King Lear. Do remember the publication date mentioned here. Sonnets and poems included Venus and Adonis, The Rape of Lucrece, and sonnets published in 1609. How many sonnets he wrote? 154. 154. And apart from all these highlighted points, the one thing that you must not forget, if you are preparing about Shakespeare, his character, whether it's a female or male, you should not miss. So here I have mentioned the characters. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, revenge driven. Claudius, Hamlet's uncle and usurping king, who killed Hamlet's father. Gertrude, you have Hamlet's mother, Queen of Denmark, who married to Claudius. Claudius. Gertrude. Ophelia, the love interest of Hamlet. Hamlet's love interest here, driven to madness, and she's the Polonius daughter, daughter of Polonius. Apart from these characters, the major characters, the question that PYQs you will found here is Osric, Yorick, Latus, Polonius, and Ghost. Ghost is the father of King Hamlet, father of Prince Hamlet, who became Ghost, who notified Hamlet that your father has been killed. Ghost. It's important. Yorick is a jester. This is the PYQ. Latus is the son of Polonius, brother of Ophelia, and Polonius is the father of Ophelia. These are the characters you must not miss. This video is going to be very helpful for your last moment revision. So do watch till end, everybody. There are a lot more to come. So do watch till end. Next, you have the character, the major characters I have listed. Macbeth, ambitious Scottish general, tragically flawed. Lady Macbeth, the fourth witch of Macbeth, Macbeth's ruthless wife. Banquo, Macbeth's friend and foil to his ambition. The three witches, supernatural figures who prophesize Macbeth's fate, who prophesize, foretold Macbeth's fate. Next, you have Othello, Moorish general in the Venetian army. Iago, deceptive and manipulative villain. Desdemona, they are from Othello. Othello's loving and innocent wife. Cassio from Othello, Othello's loyal lieutenant. King Lear, you have now from King Lear, aging monarch who misjudges his daughters. Cordelia, King Lear, Lear's honest and loyal daughter. Goneril and Regan, King Lear, the work, Lear's deceitful elder daughters. Edmund, the King Lear, ambitious illegitimate son of Gloucester. Do remember every bit you have to remember about the characters, because each character from the exam perspective is important. Next, you have Brutus, Julius Caesar, noble Roman torn between loyalty and duty. Julius Caesar, ambitious leader whose rise sparks conspiracy. Cassius, instigator of Caesar's assassination. Mark Antony, Julius Caesar, loyal to Caesar, turns the tide with speech. Antony, from Antony and Cleopatra, Roman general torn between duty and love. Cleopatra, you have Antony and Cleopatra work, Queen of Egypt, proud and passionate. Do remember each character. Octavius, Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra, future Augustus, cold and political. These characters are helpful for matching and chronology, so you must remember. Coriolanus, you have proud Roman general at odds with the people. There are many characters, do watch. Volumnia, Coriolanus, his controlling and patriotic mother. Next one, you have the characters from the comedies work by Shakespeare. Here, Viola, Twelfth Night, disguised woman, clever and resourceful. Orsino, Twelfth Night, Duke in love with Olivia. Olivia from Twelfth Night, a countess pursued by Orsino. Malvolio from Twelfth Night, self-important steward, comic target. Next one, you have Rosalind from As You Like It, witty heroine in disguise. Orlando from As You Like It, Rosalind's love interest. Jax from As You Like It, melancholy philosopher. Portia you have from The Merchant of Venice, intelligent woman who disguises herself as a lawyer. Shylock from The Merchant of Venice, Jewish moneylender, both villain and victim. These are the PYQs. Moneylender question you have to remember. Who? Shylock. Both villain and victim together. Next, you have Antonio, the merchant of Venice, merchant whose bond endangers his life. Bassanio, you have the merchant of Venice, is very, very important. All the characters are important. Antonio's friend and Portia's suitor. Beatrice, much ado about nothing, sharp tongued and clever woman. It is said that the male characters, female characters are more important than the male one. If you are going to analyze Shakespeare's work, the female character are more important from the exam perspective. They frequently ask about the female characters in any which way. Benedict you have from the Much Ado About Nothing, very important. Beatrice and Benedict, matching questions, PYQs. Witty bachelor, eventually in love with Beatrice. Hero, Much Ado About Nothing, gentle woman wronged by slander. Don John, Much Ado About Nothing, villain who spreads deception. Don John, do remember. Puck you have, it's very important. Very, very important. From Midsummer's Night Dream. Robin Goodfellow, mischievous fairy. Puck is mischievous fairy from the work Midsummer's Night Dream, mischievous fairy. Oberon, very important. Midsummer's Night's Dream, fairy king. Titania, Midsummer's Night Dream, fairy queen. Fairy king Oberon, fairy queen Titania. Bottom, again it's important. From Midsummer Night's Dream, comic weaver turned donkey. Next you have Petruchio, the taming of the shrew, confident man who tames Katharina. Petruchio and Katharina, PYQs. Do not miss this video, everybody. Katharina, the taming of the shrew work, feisty woman unwilling to marry. Bianca, again it's important, PYQs. The taming of the shrew work, Katharina's gentle sister. Who? Bianca. Characters from the plays he had: Prospero, the Tempest, magician and rightful Duke of Milan. Miranda, the Tempest, his innocent daughter. Caliban, the Tempest, native of the island, servant to Prospero. Ariel, the Tempest, magical spirit bound to Prospero. Next you have Pericles. Pericles the work, prince on a long journey of loss and reunion. Marina from Pericles, his virtuous daughter. Leontes, the Winter's Tale, jealous king. Characters are important for matching questions, everybody, so do not miss this video. Marina, Pericles, his virtuous daughter. Leontes, the Winter's Tale, jealous king. Hermione, the Winter's Tale, his falsely accused wife. These are the characters you must not forget. Next one you have Perdita, from the Winter's Tale, their daughter raised in secrets. So these are the characters you must not forget for matching questions, chronology questions from the work about Shakespeare's work you all have to remember. Let's move on to the next. Now, next writer that you should not miss is from the British literature, everybody. Here you have Thomas Hardy. The writer you have Thomas Hardy, birth 1840, because they will ask you in chronology which writer born first. You have to put them in correct chronological order. So these are important. An English novelist and poet, Hardy transitioned from architecture to literature. He is best known for portraying the decline of rural society and the hardship of individual destiny. Thomas Hardy, very important. You cannot forget or miss this writer. Major works by Thomas Hardy you have. All the works by Thomas Hardy's are important. Far from the Madding Crowd, 1874. You can check the date, cross check the date, everybody, the year, cross check, okay? While preparing many things, it maybe you can understand to check, cross check. The Return of the Native, 1878. The Mayor of the Castor Bridge, 1886. The Tess of the Urban Bliss, 1891. Jude the Obscure, 1895. What can I say about these work? They are most important, you cannot forget to prepare. Far from the Madding Crowd is the most important. The Return of the Mayor of the Castor Bridge, Tess of the Urbervilles, and Jude the Obscure. You have to prepare these works. Theme he explored in his writing: fatalism, rural traditions, class, tragic destiny, and he was known for his tragic view of human life and his richly detailed to decrease the size richly detailed Wessex settings. Who? Hardy. You will find PYQs on this. Wessex. His tragic view of human life are important theme. The major focus of the work you have to remember: Tess of the Urbervilles, a pure woman, 1891. This is the subtitle. They can ask anything. What is the subtitle? Work is given and you have to match with their subtitle. So, Tess of the Urbervilles, a pure woman. What is the story of the work? Tess Derbyfield, the protagonist, a poor country girl, discovers her family may descend from the aristocratic de Urbervilles sent to claim kinship. She falls victim to Alec de Urberville's manipulation and later she struggles to build a life with Angel Clare. Her fate spirals due to social expectations and tragic timing. Do remember, Tess Derbyfield is a poor country girl struggle to build a life with Angel Clare, who who became a victim of manipulation of Alec de Urbervilles. These are the major characters you have to remember. The characters you have to remember from this work: Tess Derbyfield, the protagonist; Alec de Urberville, seducer, manipulative, pseudo-relative. Do remember. Angel Clare, Angel Clare, idealistic lover who abandons Tess upon learning her past. John and Joan Derbyfield, Tess' naive parents. Marian, Easy, Retty, they are dairy mates and Tess' friend. Small character are also important, so you cannot forget or miss if you are preparing. Here, the significance of the work is Tess is portrayed as a pure woman challenging societal double standard. Society's double standard you can find in this work, and at the end of the work you will find out that Tess is portrayed throughout the work, or whatever she has been portrayed in the work, but at the end is as a pure woman, as a pure woman. That is why the title is the subtitle of the work is a pure woman, Tess of the Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, 1891. Do remember. Next one, you have Thomas Carlyle. If you remember how much important, when you were solving the chronology questions, matching questions, his work was important for the matching and chronology questions, one-liner questions also. But you have to remember all the major work by Thomas Carlyle. And a Scottish philosopher, satirist, and historian, Carlyle was a fierce critic of modernity and industrial capitalism. In the short period of time, I have prepared what I can do to make you revise all the British literature in a single day. 1 hour you can say. So you have to watch till end, everybody. This video is going to be very very helpful for your last moment preparation. The major works by Thomas Carlyle you have to remember is Sartor Resartus 1836, The French Revolution, A History 1837, very important work on hero worship and the heroic in history 1841, past and the present 1843. There are many works but you have to remember the one mentioned here. Theme that he explored was moral authority, heroism, and spiritual decline. He coined the great man theory, believing that individuals shape history. And the work that you have to prepare, Sartor Resartus 1836. This philosophical satire represents a fictional German philosopher, Diogenes. Teufelsdrockh, who explores the symbolism of clothing to understand human nature and society. The characters you have to remember from this work, you have Diogenes, Teufelsdrockh, a mock philosopher and Carlyle's mouthpiece. Editor, that is the narrator, an English figure compiling Teufelsdrock's biography. Significance of this work, you have Carlyle's philosophy of symbolism and transcendence, a precursor to existentialism and modernist thought. You have to remember about Sartor Resartus, the work by Thomas Carlyle, published in 1836. Move on to the next one. Charles Dickens. It's very very important writer from the British literature and all the exam perspective. Charles Dickens, 1812 birth, a prolific Victorian novelist, and social reformer. Dickens is framed for his storytelling and criticism of societal issues. Victorian novelist, social reformer, he has been popularized for his criticism of societal issues. And the work that he addressed everything was the Pickwick Papers 1836, Oliver Twist 1837, David Copperfield 1849, A Tale of Two Cities 1859, Great Expectations 1860. Tale of Two Cities you cannot miss. Great Expectations you cannot miss. David Copperfield, characters. Oliver Twist, The Pickwick Papers, character. Very important. The theme that Charles Dickens explored in his work was poverty, social injustice, child labor majorly. One of the PYQs, which type of theme that Charles Dickens extensively uses in his work was child labor. Child labor. Redemption. It is also said that if you will read about Charles Dickens, that he has been himself has faced the child labor issues during his young age. So he was the master of serialized novel and vivid characters like Oliver, Scrooge, and Pip. Pip from Great Expectations, Oliver from Oliver Twist, and Scrooge from the a tale. It is the Christmas Carol. The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. The work The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. The Christmas Carol. The work you have to remember everything about is Great Expectations 1860, summary, an orphan Pip, real name Philip Pirrip. Philip Pirrip. You cannot miss, everybody. Philip Pirrip, in short he is known as Pip, aspires to become a gentleman after receiving unexpected wealth from a mysterious benefactor. If you have read Abel Magwitch, Mysterious Magwitch. Along the way, he navigates love, guilt, and redemption. This is the Bildungsroman, do remember. The characters you have to remember: Pip, what? 1 second, sorry. Pip, protagonist who grows morally and emotionally. Estella, cold, beautiful woman raised to break man's heart. Miss Havisham, jilted bride stuck in time, raises Estella for revenge. Question they ask that what is the time that Miss Havisham stopped at? And the time was morning 8:40 a.m. 8:40 or 8:45 a.m. You can check. 8:40 a.m. that the wall clock is stopped by Miss Havisham. Why? What was the significance by stopping the wall clock? Because she did not want to change anything. Whatever everything is there, she didn't want to change. Magnus, you have escaped convict and Pip's secret benefactor. Joe Gregory, Pip's brother in law. The question is whom Pip used to live. So, elder sister and his brother in law. Pip's brother in law, a blacksmith and moral compass. Jaggers, you have lawyer with a dark, calculating side, and Herbert Pocket, Pip's loyal friend. Next one you have the Pickwick Paper. Pickwick Paper, the first novel by Dickens. Do remember Pickwick, first novel by Dickens. Samuel Pickwick, the protagonist. Samuel Pickwick, kind, wealthy, elderly gentleman, founder of the Pickwick Club. Important PYQs. Founder of the Pickwick Club. Central figure known for his innocence and curiosity. Nathaniel Winkle, member of the Pickwick Club and friend of Samuel Pickwick, claims to be a sportsman but is clumsy and timid. Augustus Snodgrass, another club member and friend of Samuel Pick, a poetic and romantic young man. Tracy Tupman, fat and flirtatious member of the club, falls in love easily. These are the four people, including the protagonist Samuel Pickwick. They planned something. You will find out if you read the story. Sam Weller, Mr. Pickwick's witty and loyal servant, known for his clever sayings, Wellerisms. Tony Weller, Sam Weller's father, a humorous and talkative coachman. Mrs. Bardell, Mr. Pickwick's landlady, who misinterprets his words and sues him for breach of promise. Mr. Parker, Pickwick's lawyer, helps him in legal trouble, especially the Bardell case. And here the important character they ask: Sergeant Buzzfuzz, lawyer who prosecutes Pickwick in the breach of promise case. Job Trotter, a deceitful servant working for Mr. Jingle, often tries to swindle the Pickwickians. Pickwickians, the four member of the club, Pickwick Club. Do remember who founded this? The protagonist Samuel Pickwick. Alfred Jingle, a smooth talking trickster who deceives people for money and attention. Rachel Waddle, middle aged woman tricked by Jingle into eloping, related to Mr. Waddle. Mr. Waddle, a jolly country squire and friend of Pickwick, lives at Dingley Dell. Arabella, very important character. Arabella, they ask, a kind and spirited young woman marries Winkle, one of the member of the club. Bob Sawyer and Benjamin Allen, comic medical students and friends of Arabella, add humor and chaos to the story. Do you remember these characters, everybody? Important for the matching questions. These are the characters from the work The Pickwick Paper by Charles Dickens, the first novel by Charles Dickens. Next one you have Oliver Twist. The characters I have highlighted, everybody. Oliver Twist, innocent, often workhouse born, central mystery and moral consciousness. Fagin, very important PYQs. Fagin, leader of child thieves, embodies criminal underworld. what they ask, the character from the work, and this is the description about the character that you must remember. Artful dodger, you have Jack Dawkins. Fagin's clever pickpocket introduces Oliver to crime. Nancy, you have tragic figure torn between Fagin Sykes and her consciousness sacrifices herself. Bill Sykes, violent burglar, Nancy's lover, and Oliver's abuser. These are the characters from the work Oliver Twist. Next character you have Mr. Bumble, important, the pompous beadle, a symbol of bureaucratic cruelty. Mr. and Mrs. Corney, workhouse matron and her husband, hypocritical authority figures. Mr. Losburn, compassionate physician who aids Oliver and the Mileys. Very important video, everybody do share and subscribe to more and more student. For the last moment preparation of British literature from the history till now, you will memorize everything in this video. Next character you have Mr. Losburn, compassionate physician who aids Oliver and the Mileys. Mrs. Miley and Harry Miley, wealthy supporters, help restore Oliver's identity. Noah Claypole and Charlie Bates, minor criminals in Fagin's gang. See how much important these characters are. Next character that you have to remember is Hard Times. Mr. Thomas Gradgrind, utilitarian, father devoted to facts, learns fully of his methods. Louis Gradgrind, Bounderby, emotionally repressed daughter, enters unhappy marriage, learns feeling matters. Tom Gradgrind, rebellious son, gambler and thief who frames Stephen. Next you have Josiah Bounderby, wealthy mill owner, self-made patriarchal figure, later revealed fraudulent. Cissy Jupe, daughter of a circus performer, represents imagination and compassion. Nobody will help you to find such characters, so you have to watch the video, everybody, if you want to score well, because I have also watched many videos, but there are not many people who are preparing the students, helping the students for their UGC NET exam. They are not teaching them in detail everything. So you have to watch. The next character is very important, Stephen Blackpool, PYQs. Honest factory worker, victim of societal injustice, dies tragically. Rachel, again, is PYQ's an important character, Stephen's loyal friend and moral support. Characters from Hard Times. Next, you have James Harthouse, idle gentleman who tries to seduce Lisa. Mrs. Sparsit, Bounderby's manipulative housekeeper, seeks his downfall. Mr. Sleary, circus proprietor, voice of warmth and fantasy. And the characters that you have to remember also, Blitzer, Bitzer, Mrs. Gradgrind and Mrs. Pegler. All the characters are very, very important. So I thought, why should you miss? Brought everything. The characters from David Copperfield, Charles Dickens' characters from the exam perspectives are extremely valuable. David Copperfield, narrator and the protagonist, his life from childhood abuse to mature success. Uriah Heep, deceptive, sycophantic clerk, primary antagonist, exploiting Wakefield. Agnes Wakefield, important PYQs, everybody. David's moral compass and second wife, calm and intelligent. James Steerforth, charismatic but manipulative friend, seduces Emily. Everything is mentioned, you have to remember the description in short. Clara Peggotty, loving nurse and caretaker, maternal influencer. Dora Spanlow, David's first wife, charming but impractical. Betsy Trotwood, eccentric aunt and guardian, a source of security and support. Mr. Micawber, very very important, PYQs. Whether it's TGT, PGT, or UGC net, the character that I'm highlighting, you have to remember. Optimistic mentor, instrumental and exposing Uria. Tommy Traddle's loyal school friend becomes successful lawyer. I believe in detailed reading, everybody, not in short. Whether I'm teaching online or offline, the student should be benefited but not tricked, to give them an overview and they will prepare everything by themselves. Next one you have Mr. Murdstone, Jane Murdstone, cruel stepfather and sister who oppressed David's family. And the notable characters you have to remember also: Ham and Emily Peggotty, Mr. Dick, Mrs. Gummidge, the Dr. Strong, Barkis, and Mr. Wickfield. Mr. Wickfield, important character and PYQs. You have to remember. Next, you have D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence. The major characters that you should not miss from British literature if you are preparing British literature, if you are preparing, it's simply going to be extremely valuable video for you. Extremely valuable. So do not miss, watch till end. D.H. Lawrence, 1885. An English novelist, poet, and critic, Lawrence challenged social norms, especially around sexuality. It is actually when the other writers were stopped talking, or they escape, they were not allowing themselves to talk about the sexual thing. D.H. Lawrence was the only writer, he started talking about this topic. So that is why he is important. Major works by D.H. Lawrence you can see here: Sons and Lovers 1913, The Rainbow 1915, Women in Love 1920, Lady Chatterley's Lover 1928. Important one, Sons and Lover, very important, you cannot forget or miss. And themes he explored was sexual freedom, nature versus industrialism, psychological depth, broke broke taboos, and explored human instincts and relationships. The themes I have mentioned, so that if any of the work from the specific writer they will give you, you can simply choose the correct theme, that yes, this was the theme they majorly or extensively used in their work. They keep working, so that's why I have mentioned the theme about each writer. At least you can remember. And here the Sons and Lovers you have to prepare 1913. Here you have Paul Morrell grows up torn between his deep attachment to his mother and his romantic relationships. Inspired by Lawrence's own life, the novel explores emotional entanglement and sexual awakening. Do remember this, why this is important: Sons and Lovers, inspired by Lawrence's own life. The novel explores emotional entanglement and sexual awakening, deep attachment to his mother and his romantic relationship. The characters that you should not miss: Paul Morrell, sensitive artist torn between love and guilt. Gertrude Morrell, dominant, emotionally needy mother. Walter Morrell, working class father, often drunk. Miriam Levers, intellectual spiritual lover. Clara Dawes, passionate feminist figure. William Morrell, Paul's older brother, dies early. You have to share this video, everybody, for the last month preparation, so that everybody can prepare. And the significance of his work are: Oedipal novel explores the tension between sexual desire and maternal attachment, psychological realism at its finest. Oedipus Rex, if you remember. Next one you have John Bunyan. He was Christian preacher and writer. Bunyan is most known for his allegorical religious works, and the major work he has was The Pilgrim's Progress, the 1678 part 1 and 1684 part 2. John Bunyan, this work is very important. This work is only very important by John Bunyan, so you have to remember. The theme he explored Christian salvation, morality, pilgrimage of the soul, and one of the earliest and most popular English allegories is The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan, published in 1678. And do remember the birth date also, everybody, 1628. You can cross check and you have to inform me also. Next one you have Oliver Goldsmith. Again, it's important. Oliver Goldsmith, 1728, Irish novelist, playwright, and poet, celebrated for his simplicity and wit. Major works that you have to prepare: Vicar of Wakefield, 1766, The Deserted Village, 1770, a poem, and She Stoops to Conquer, 1773, a play. She Stoops to Conquer, very important work. Must not skip this. And the theme he used to explore was rural nostalgia, humor, morality. He is known for blending pathos with satire in drama and fiction. And the work that you have to prepare was The Vicar of Wakefield, 1766. There, the character Dr. Primrose, a good hearted vicar, very important character, undergoes financial ruin, kidnapping, and scandal. Ultimately, virtue triumphs and his family is restored. And the or more characters from the work: Dr. Charles Primrose, honest and moral vicar; Mrs. Deborah Primrose, very important. Matching questions, his wife, PYQs actually. Olivia and Sophia, their daughters; George and Moses, sons; Squire Thornhill, villain, deceptive gentleman; Mr. Burchell, Sir William Thornhill, hero in disguise. These are the characters you have to remember. Next one you have, everyone, Sir Walter Scott. A Scottish historical novelist and poet, Scott pioneered the modern historical novel. Waverley, 1814, Rob Roy, 1817, Yvonne Ho, 1819, and The Bride of Lammermoor, 1819. Yvonne Ho, it's very important work. From the exam perspective, you have to prepare. Waverley is also important, but this is most important. The theme he used to explore was chivalry, nationalism, historical change. He popularized the romantic historical novel across Europe. The work that you have to explore is Yvonne Ho, 1819, set in 12th century England during Richard the Lion's Heart reign. It depicts Saxon Norman tensions and the chivalric code. The characters you have: Wilfred of Ivan, knight loyal to the King Richard; Rowena, his love interest; Rebecca, important. PYQs: a Jewish healer and tragic heroine; Isaac of York, Rebecca's father; Prince John, ambitious usurper; Robin Hood, Locksley, helps restore justice. You have to remember. The next important character writer you have Jane Austen, 1775, an English novelist known for her domestic realism, irony, and insight into women's lives. Domestic realism. She was influenced by Fanny Burney. Major work that you have to cover: Sense and Sensibility, 1811, Pride and Prejudice, 1813, very important. All these works are very important. Mansfield Park, 1814, Emma, 1815, and Persuasion, 1817, published posthumously. You have to Memorize the theme that she explored: marriage, social mobility, class, female agency, and he coined subtle feminist voice, majorly work on subtle feminist voice and sharp social commentary. The major theme that you have to remember: social mobility, marriage, class, domestic domestication of England English society, especially focusing on women. The focus was on women's lives. Works you have to prepare: Pride and Prejudice, published in 1813. Elizabeth Bennet, the protagonist, navigates love, marriage, and social class, especially her evolving relationship with the aloof Mr. Darcy. There are many questions made on this single work of Jane Austen. You have to remember the characters. First of all, you have to remember Elizabeth Bennet, witty, intelligent protagonist; Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, known as Mr. Darcy, simply wealthy, prideful hero; Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, her eccentric parents, parent of Elizabeth; Jane Bennet, her beautiful sister Elizabeth; Mr. Bingley, Darcy's friend, Jane's suitor; Mr. Collins, pompous clergyman; George Wickham, charming but deceitful soldier; Lady Catherine de Bourgh, aristocratic snob. Characters that you have to remember: who holds pride and who hold prejudice in the character, who signifies pride and prejudice from Mr. Darcy and Miss Elizabeth Bennet. You have to remember, everybody. Next one you have Virginia Woolf. Again, it's important. Virginia Woolf, 1882-1941, a key modernist and member of the Bloomsbury Group. She revolutionized the narrative form, and the major work you have to prepare and remember for each type of question to face: The Voyage Out, 1915, Night and Day, 1919, Jacob's Room, 1922, Mrs. Dalloway, 1925, To the Lighthouse, 1927, Orlando, 1928, A Room of One's Own, 1929 was an essay based on feminist criticism, majorly The Waves, 1931, The Years, 1937, Between the Acts, 1941. Jacob's Room, in this work she used first time the use of a stream of consciousness technique. First time, this is the PYQ, in which work the first time she used stream of consciousness technique. Mrs. Dalloway, important, you have to remember. To the Lighthouse, extensively use of a stream of consciousness if you will find in these two work. Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse. Do remember the year: 1922, Jacob's Room; 25, Mrs. Dalloway; 27, To the Lighthouse; Orlando, 28, just after 1 year; Room of One's 129, just after 1 year. These are the help. This will also help you to solve the chronology questions. So do remember the year. The theme that she explored is stream of consciousness, time, gender, identity, pioneer of psychological realism, feminist literary criticism. The work that you have to majorly prepare: Mrs. Dalloway, very important. On a single day in London, Clarissa Dalloway, the protagonist, prepares for a party while reflecting on her past. Parallelly, World War I veteran Septimus Smith suffers from PTSD. The main characters that you have to remember: Clarissa Dalloway, high society woman grappling with meaning; Septimus Warren Smith, war tormented veteran; Peter Walsh, her old flame; Sally Seton, youthful friend, symbol of freedom; and Richard Dalloway, her husband. Do subscribe the channel, everybody, if you have just joined or if you are watching for the first time. You are revising British literature at once. At one hand, in 1.5 hour, you will memorize everything about British writer from history till modern. Next character you have Lucrezia Smith, Septimus' wife, and Sir William Bradshaw, psychiatrist, symbolizing oppression. Important. Stream of consciousness technique explored extensively that explores time, trauma, identity, and modern urban life. Majorly, she focused. Next author you have writer. After the novelist and dramatist, here the theorist from British literature you have to prepare Raymond Williams 1921. In chronology, you have seen how much his work is important. A Welsh Marxist literary theorist and critic, key figure in cultural studies, Williams analyzes writers from Burke to Orwell to explore how culture evolved alongside industrialism. Industrialism. The main thinkers that Raymond Williams discussed, in short, you have to remember Edmund Burke, William Cobbett, John Stuart Mill, Matthew Arnold, George Orwell. He studied about these writers, he discussed about these writers to explore how culture evolved alongside industrialism. So you can say that these writers, Raymond Williams, relate, thought, discussed, to explore, to know, to define, to how culture evolved alongside industrialism. Very important. He laid the foundation of cultural studies, and the major work that you have to prepare, Culture and Society 1958, The Long Revolution 1961, Keywords 1976, Marxism and Literature 1977. Do remember everybody, it's very important work you have to prepare. The major focus of Raymond Williams was culture, ideology, media, class consciousness, and he coined the term cultural materialism, connected literature with everyday social practices. Cultural materialism. He focused on culture, ideology, media, class, consciousness. The writer that he discussed was Edmund Burke, Cobbett, Mill, Arnold, Orwell. He laid the foundation of cultural studies. He was born on 1921, and the work you have 1958, Culture and Society, The Long Revolution, Keywords, Marxism and Literature. These are the works that you have to prepare. They will help you to solve the chronology and questions of matching. Next one you have Roland Barthes. Roland Barthes 1915, a French literary theorist and semiotician, major post-structuralist thinker. Famous essay The Myth Today shows how language constructs ideology. The characters that he analyzed, the subjects that he analyzed, striptease, toys, wine, wrestling. Do remember all these subject characters related with Roland Barthes. He introduced structuralist semiotics, broke down natural meaning into constructed ideology. Major works he gave: Writing Degree 0, 1953, Mythologies 1957, SZ 1917. It's very important. Frequently asked by NET. Do not forget to prepare. Writing Degree 0 is also very important, but do not forget this. The Death of the Author 1967 essay. All these works by Roland Barthes are extremely helpful for your exam. It's a revision. Do remember the date, publication, the major concepts, ideologies that they have given. The major focus he had: language, science, authorship, and ideology. He argued that text should be freed from authorial control. He gave the concept death of the author in his essay, The Death of the Author. Next one you have T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot 1888, very important, a modernist poet, critic, and dramatist of American origin who settled in England, who took citizenship of England. Major works that you have to prepare. He is also known as Anglo-American. T.S. Eliot is also known as Anglo-American. Do remember, Anglo-American. The work that you have to remember, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, very important. The character, the speaker, narrator from this work, the significance, the theme, technique, the major quotes, everything is important of this work. The Wasteland 1922, again it's important. The Hollow Man, very important. Ash Wednesday, 1930. Four Quartets, 1943. Murder in the Cathedral, 1935. It's very, very, very important work by T.S. Eliot. You all have to remember, everybody. Do share and subscribe the channel. I'm so lost in teaching that I not even reminding you to subscribe. So you have to subscribe. The theme that he explored, disillusionment, spiritual emptiness, time, modern life. He was the key modernist figure, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature 1948. Do you remember 1948? T.S. Eliot was the winner of Nobel Prize. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature 1948. Work in focus, you have to prepare the Wasteland 1922. All the works, the characters are important, you have to prepare. You have to memorize. A fragmented allusion heavy modernist poem depicting the spiritual emptiness of post World War I Europe divided into five sections. Divided into five sections, and the five sections you have to remember is the Burial of the Dead, A Game of Chess, The Fire Sermon, Death by Water, and What the Thunder Said. Voices and characters in this work you will find Tiresias, the blind seer, merges male female. Madame Sosotris, this is the PYQ. Tarot card reader, the Fisher King, symbol of a dying world. Countless fragmented voices from myth, religion, and modern life you will heard and read in this work. Next one, you have the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, 1915. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a modernist dramatic monologue written by T.S. Eliot in first published in 1915. You have to memorize. This is the revision. Do remember. The poem captures the inner turmoil of its speaker narrator J. Alfred Prufrock. He is introspective. He is a self-conscious, middle-aged man grappling with insecurity, indecision, and the fear of judgment in modern fragmented world. The form of this work is a dramatic monologue. Style, the work has modernist poetry, free verse, stream of consciousness, and fragmentation. You have to remember the major quotes of this work frequently asked by NTA. You have to remember here I have brought. Do subscribe the channel, everybody. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky, like a patient etherized upon a table. This is the opening line, a stark image setting the tone of paralysis and disconnection. This is the opening line of the J. Alfred Prufrock. In the room, it's a PYQ you have to remember. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Miss Langlo. This is the repeated line showing superficial social conversations and Prufrock's alienation. There will be time, to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. This reflects Prufrock's fear of being judged and his uses of emotional mask. This work also shows the alienation of the character Prufrock, the speaker, the narrator. Do I dare disturb the universe? His deep anxiety about making even a small personal decision, this is what he stated. I have measured out my life with coffee spoon. It's very, very important PYQs. Always asked. A powerful metaphor for a dull, routine, and insignificant life. Next one, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be, shows his self doubt and awareness of his own limitations. I have heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. Symbolizes unattainable beauty, love, or dreams by Prufrock. These are the major quotes you have to remember. Now, what literary and critical terms Eliot gave us as an critic? You have to remember objective correlative, 1999. In the work he gave Hamlet and his problem, concept that was signifies this term was emotions expressed through external symbolic means, that is object. And he gave the example of Hamlet, the work by Shakespeare. This term you will find in the work Hamlet and His Problem, published in 1919. The only way of expressing emotion in the form of art is by finding an objective correlative. He said that he was saying by giving the example of Hamlet and Macbeth that if you want to relate your emotion to more to the audience, you have to relate your emotion to any object to make it more signify that, so that audience can relate, they can feel what you are trying to say, what emotion you are going through, or what you are feeling. So that is why he gave the concept of objective correlative in the work Hamlet and His Problems, published in 1919. Next, he gave traditions and individual talent. Poetry is shaped by and contributes to literary tradition. This is what he said. And the famous idea from this essay you will find: the poet must surrender himself to tradition. The poet's personality is not important. Poetry is not a turning loose of emotion but an escape from emotion. This is what he said in Tradition and Individual Talent. And impersonality of poetry also he stated: poetry is not self-expression but universal truth. Published in 1919, work Tradition and the Individual Talent, he gave these concepts. Next, he gave disassociation of sensibility, in which he quoted modern poetry lost unity of thought and feeling. Next, unification of sensibility, he stated praise for Donne's fusion of intellect and emotion, year 1921, and the work in which he mentioned this concept unification of sensibility was The Metaphysical Poets. Remember everything. Next thing that you have to remember, the thing that he talked about: mythical method in the wasteland, use of allusion, the wasteland and four quartets, time and consciousness in the work Four Quartets. Eliot explores time as cyclical blending Christian mysticism and philosophical meditation. Memory, time, eternity become one according to T.S. Eliot. Other notable writers that you have to remember from British literature are Sir Thomas More, the work Utopia 1516, History of King Richard III. He gave dialogue of comfort against tribulation. All these works by Sir Thomas More you have to remember. The thing that he discussed, utopianism, that was the imagined ideal society. Imagined ideal society, majorly discussed in the work Utopia. This work you have to prepare well to memorize each thing about this work. Edmund Spenser, important. The Fairy Queen 1590 to 1596, Amity Epithalamion 1596. He is known for his Spenserian stanza and allegorical epic form. He was also known as poet's poet, quoted by, I am forgetting the writer actually. That's why I have not mentioned. If any of you know, do comment everybody. He was addressed as poet's poet. This is the most repeated PYQs I have searched. Most repeated PYQs, who is known as poet's poet and who told him, who addressed him as poet's poet, you have to remember. I will let you know. I will share on Telegram channel. If you any of you want to note or PDF or any update regarding channel, you can simply join the Telegram. Next one, Christopher Marlowe, the father of English drama, 1564 birth, Dr. Faustus Milestone, Tamburlaine the Great, 1587, The Jew of Malta, 1590. He helped popularize the use of blank verse in drama. Do remember, you have to memorize the characters of Dr. Faustus. Ben Jonson you have next. Walpole the Fox, The Alchemist, Bartholomew Fair. He was champion of comedy of humors and neoclassical unity in drama. John Milton, Paradise Lost 1667, Paradise Regained 1671 or 76, I guess. What is the correct year, everybody? So 71 is right, I think. Areopagitica 1644. He defended freedom of speech, mastered epic poetry in blank verse. All these works, Paradise Lost, Regained, is written in blank verse, epic poetry. The important questions that they will ask, and the repeated PYQs is guard, sorry, who protected, who guarded the gate of hell and gate of Eden? Gate of hell and gate of Eden. So you have to remember, gate of Eden is guarded by, Eden gate is guarded by, you have to remember Gabriel. Gabriel, I'm writing with my finger. Gabriel. And the gate of hell is guarded by sin and death. Sin and death. The offspring of Saturn. You have to remember this, everybody. Next one, you have Jonathan Swift. Gulliver's Travels, 4th section. It has a modest proposal 1729, the Battle of the Book 1704. Pioneer of satire and political allegories, Jonathan Swift, known as. Next character, you have very important Alexander Pope, 1688 born. The Rape of the Lock, 1712. I have already memorized you about each major things about this work. Rape of the Lock, Essay on Criticism, 1711, Essay on Man, 1733. Yesterday I have already uploaded the most repeated quotes from the exam, so you can watch, everybody, the Essay on Man, Essay on Criticism. There are many frequent quotes that you have to remember. He is known for heroic couplets and neoclassical form. Samuel Johnson, you know, who coined the term metaphysical poet. A Dictionary of the English Language, 1755, The Lives of the Poets, 1779, in which he mentioned 52 poets' lives. Rasselas, 1759. He standardized English lexicon and early literary critic who coined the term metaphysical poets. It's a frequent PYQ you have to remember. Next one, you have Lawrence Sterne. 1713, The Life and the Opinions of Tristram Shandy, very important work. Sentimental Journey, 1768, Sermons of Mr. Yorick, 1716. Experimental Stream of Consciousness, predecessor. Next one, you have Oliver Goldsmith. I think we have already discussed about him. Do remember the publication year of the work. Horace Walpole, The Castle of Otranto, 1764. Hieroglyphic Tales, 1785. The Mysterious Mother, 1768. And the father of Gothic fiction, Horace Walpole. Next one, you have. Okay, so next one, these are all the major characters, writers from the British literature, everybody, that you have watched it today. Practice. This was the basically and majorly for your revision purpose, that in one hand you will revise everything about about British literature. If I have missed anything, extremely sorry for that. In one day I have prepared all this, so I hope you can understand that this is what I wanted to. This revision series will continue till tomorrow. Indian literature, focusing Indian literature for the revision purpose, each character from the work and the writers in focus, and their work, majorly publication date, their birth date, that is the major part of your NTA and UGC NET exam. So till then, keep watching, do subscribe the channel, share to more and more students. This is what we have prepared so far, and all the best for your exam. Do not forget to subscribe and prepare well for your exam. Wish you all the best. This was the focus on British literature. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support so far. Keep watching. Take care of yourself and bye bye.